Then Tracy's like, look at my hands, my knuckles, that's blood, you know. Cam says if she prints any of that, she'll get sued for libel. Cam looks Tracy dead in the eye and she says, Tracy, no, I can't foster you. Hey guys, I am Charlotte the Starlet. These are my girls, Angel and Glitter, and this is my little boy Seth. Today we're going to be reacting to The Story of Tracy Beaker by Jacqueline. Now, since I am a mystery/thriller writer, I don't just react, I review. And the way I do it is simple. If I like something, I add a point starting from last video's total, and if I don't, I take one off. Right, let's jump in. There's a break in the writing, and then a dark puddle with arrows drawn around it. And then do you know what Tracy writes after that? See that? That's real blood. She got in a fight. She tells Tracy, you're so stupid. Your mum's not a film star. Louise told me about your mum. She's nothing. And she's never coming for you. She hasn't been near you since you were little. I bet she's forgotten all about you. Or she's had heaps of other kids and doesn't want to think about that boring, ugly Tracy ever again. Okay, so Tracy had just had that really big fight with Justine, where Tracy kind of ended up assaulting her repeatedly in the face. She made her nose bleed, and now Tracy's paying the consequences for it. Oh no. Tracy is obviously very sad. She was going to go out with Cam, the writer, doing an article about kids in the care, but now she has to stay in the quiet room instead. Oh, Tracy's doing a classic Tracy Beaker quirk. She says that she took one look at Cam and burst into tears. Or that's what I would have done if I was the crying sort. Tracy can never admit to crying. It is kind of funny though how Tracy thinks that writing, well, that's what I would have done, completely negates the fact that she is crying. Like, it fully cancels it out. Despite that, a couple sentences later, she says that Cam sat down next to her, pulled a crumpled up tissue out of her jeans and mopped up her hay fever, which is her go-to excuse. It's just funny that she's denying crying, even though the events that she is writing about confirm the fact that she is crying. Oh, apparently Tracy still can go out with Cam if she wants. Cam says that she's spoken to Jenny, the head care worker, and Elaine, the social worker, and they say that it's still alright for Tracy to go out for lunch with Cam. Oh wow. Cam hasn't even known Tracy that long, but she already knows how to appeal to Tracy's ego and appease her emotions. When Cam says this to Tracy, Tracy yells that she hates the idea of all the grown-ups talking about her, not to her, which I can definitely relate to. It felt like everyone did that when I was a kid. And I know for one thing, my family still does this, although they don't do it with just me, it's just with everyone. But apart from that, the only other time it happens is like when I'm in hospital. Now, you may think that, oh, it's just part of the doctor's job to talk about their patients and stuff, which it is to an extent. However, I have literally heard my doctors and my nurses gossip about me and other patients outside in the hallway where they think we can't hear them. And it's legit petty stuff. Like, if a patient snaps at a nurse or something, the nurses will start conspiring together. Like, I've literally heard them call me stuff like fat or lazy, an attention seeker, a liar. Like, how unprofessional is that? So I can definitely relate to Tracy. Anyway, after Tracy says that, Cam's just like, at least you've got everyone's attention on you. Because she knows that Tracy can be a bit imaginative and slightly narcissistic. She is kind of deluded that, you know, her mum is a big famous actress and that's why she hasn't come back for her all these years, but I won't judge her too much. Eventually Tracy does decide to go out with Cam after all, but even though she decides to go, she still feels kind of upset about her mum. She says that deep down she knows that everything Justine said about her mum is probably true. And Justine said some terrible things last time, which is why I don't really blame Tracy for getting angry at her. She's also still worried that there's still a slim, small chance that by some miracle her mum will decide to come back for her while Tracy is out with Cam. And she voices this concern to Cam, who's really understanding, which I think is so sweet. And I think Tracy really deserves that. And do you know what Cam does? Cam tells Tracy that while they're out, they can phone the care home up and ask whether Tracy's mum has come back. And Cam promises Tracy that if she has returned, she'll bring Tracy straight back, which really comforts Tracy and I think is so sweet. It does actually seem like Cam is a good fit for Tracy as a potential foster parent. And they're off. Oh my god. Wow. It says that Cam's car is a grass green Citra, which Tracy writes makes a bit of a nice change from the care home's minivan. But what she actually says to Cam is, my mum wouldn't be seen dead in this naff car. She drives a Cadillac, you know. I'm sure she does. All Cam says is, And Tracy calls her out on just nodding and agreeing to be nice. And she asks Cam whether she believes her. And you know what Cam says? Do you believe it, Tracy? She really doesn't. Which I get. It still seems a bit mean to say that. Tracy says, I thought for a bit. And then she says, sometimes, in answer to Cam's question, which is interesting. Not even she believes all the things she says. Funny. Oh wow. Do you know what Tracy says next? She's like, and sometimes I know I sort of make stuff up. Do you mind that? Honestly, I never thought I'd see the day that Tracy Beaker admits that. Although I guess it would be kind of worrying if a 10-year-old kid didn't understand and know that she made stuff up about her mum and her life. So then she asks Cam whether she minds the fact that she tells lies and makes stuff up. Cam says, I make stuff up all the time when I write stories. I don't mind a bit. That don't really sit right with me. Because making stuff up for a story is pretty different from making stuff up to impress people or to cope with trauma, which is why I think Tracy does tell lies, in my opinion. I'm not really comfortable with the fact that Cam's kind of encouraging it. Maybe Cam ain't really the right person for Tracy. Anyway, after Cam mentions the fact that she makes stuff up for her writing. Tracy gets on to the article she wrote for Cam about care home kids. She starts reading it to her in the car because she's that proud of the job she's done. Ooh, let's have a look. Here's some of what Tracy wrote. You can see the signs of suffering on little Tracy Beaker's elfin face. This very intelligent and extremely pretty little girl has been grievously treated when in so-called care. Her lovely, talented young mother had to put her in a home through no fault of her own, and in fact, she might soon be coming for her lovely little daughter. But until then, dear little Tracy Beaker needs a foster family. She is deprived and abused in the dump of a children's home. Why are you laughing, Cam? Oh, I can't lie, I would laugh too. I'm sorry. Cam's like abused? Oh my god. Oh no, I feel a bit bad for laughing now. Then Tracy's like, look at my hands, my knuckles, that's blood, you know. And then Cam calls out the fact that Tracy's hands got like that because she punched Justine in the face. Oh damn. She even says to Tracy, you're the one that deprives and abuses in the care home. Oh. Apparently Tracy wrote her article like that to make people sympathetic. And if she wrote the truth, that she's the bad one, no one will want to foster her. Like Cam did ask. Like one of the first things she said to Tracy was that was the whole point of the article, to make people feel for the kids in it. Oh wow. Then after that, Cam's like, what if I was choosing a kid to foster? I might actually go for a really naughty girl. It might be fun. Fun? What if she breaks one of your favorite clocks just because she's a bit mad at you? Or if she hits you or punches you because you said something she didn't like? Will it still be fun then, Cam? After that, Tracy and Cam finally get to McDonald's. And they both have a Big Mac, a large portion of chips, and a strawberry milkshake. Oh my god. Oh my god. I want some. Even though I've already had McDonald's today. So, after they finish their meal, Tracy reads Cam a bit more of her article, which just gives Cam the giggles all over again. Aww. Then she says to Tracy, it's no use. I think it's great, but they'll never print it. Apparently Tracy had some choice things to say about Louise and Justine in the rest of her article. Tracy tries to protest and says that everything she said is true, but Cam also protests and says, no, they're not all true. She says that she's met the other girls that Tracy always fights with, and that she actually likes them. Oh, snap. It's not just Justine and Louise Tracy's been saying things about. She's also said stuff about the care workers, Jenny and Mike. Cam says if she prints any of that, she'll get sued for libel. Was it that bad? Oh, the heck? So after all that, Tracy asks Cam what she would put, and do you know what she says? I don't even want to do the article anymore. I think I'll just stick to my stories. After all that, after you had the idea, went as far as to find and visit a care home, meet all the kids, interview the kids, and now go out with one of the kids for you to decide that this ain't for you. Do you know how I would be if I were Tracy and had written a whole article for Cam only for her to tell me that? Wow. I'm almost for Tracy. Tracy's surprisingly calm in this moment. She's like, oh, that's not a very professional approach. Which is true. Tracy goes from that to maybe you should give up writing. Maybe you should do another job that gives you a lot more money. A job like looking after someone. Ooh, she's dropping a hint. Looks like Tracy's been thinking the same thing as me. They're kind of made for each other. Cam raises her eyebrows and says, I can barely look after myself. Oh, do you know what that makes Tracy think? She's like, well then you need someone to look after you. Someone like me. Oh my god. Tracy really wants to be with Cam. Oh, yikes. Cam looks Tracy dead in the eye and she says, Tracy, no, I can't foster you. Tracy's like, yes you can. But Cam insists. She's like, stop it. We can't start this. I'm in no position to foster you. Oh no. Tracy's literally not taking no for an answer. She says to Cam, you don't need to be married, you know. Single women can foster kids easy. So then Cam says, I'm single and want to stay single. No husband and no kids. Bruh! Tracy's just like, good. I hate other kids. Especially boring little babies. You won't ever get broody, will you, Cam? Bruh! She literally cannot fathom the idea that Cam is refusing to foster her right now. Wow. This little argument goes on for a while, you guys. Tracy's so persistent. Eventually though, Tracy convinces Cam to at least think about it, which Cam agrees to, probably just to shut Tracy up. Anyway guys, that's where I'm gonna leave it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give the like button and the notification bell a little kiss, and subscribe to become a starlet. Don't forget to follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram and Tumblr. And if you have read something that you want me to react to, let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys later. Bye!